Guys, the Shogun is a nasty little narcissistic, self-absorbed, tyrannical, evil, selfish, cowardly piece of. So recently I released a video talking about the themes of the Archons, and in that video I went on a little tangent about how the Raiden Shogun's character was terribly written. In that part of the video I had a few choice words to say about A. Garbage. A dummy piece of swine. Idiotic stuff. Yes, harsh stuff I know, but I had a very good reason to say it, and I stick to everything I said in that video, and I'm going to explain why in this one. Hold up, put it back. No, sitting me up, wait up, and this thing, bro trying to put a Sonic the Hedgehog run or something? Now usually on this channel we talk about music related things, and that video as well was talking about music. The themes of the Archons to be precise. Zhongli, A, Venti, Kusanali, Morax, Borax, and Ajax practically all have the same theme song. You can check it out with a link in the description. But after I released that video I literally got more comments talking about the 45-second rant I went on about A than the subject that the video was actually about. Pretty much all of them said I was wrong, and some of you guys actually had some pretty good points. Unfortunately none of them were enough to convince me that A is not a bad character. And in this video I'm going to tell you exactly why I still think A is a terrible character. By the way, I'll be using the name A and Raiden Shogun in this video interchangeably. If I'm talking specifically about the mech that the Raiden Shogun created to rule over everybody, then I'll say the word puppet. Most of the time, but context would tell if I use another word. Also, I don't actually play Genshin Impact. What? So feel free to fact check me in the comments. Now the main problems I have with the Raiden Shogun is that she's an absolute dummy and an unforgivable criminal. And I mean both of those in a very literal sense. It would be one thing if she just committed one crime or did one dumb thing over the course of the story. But nope, she did several of both. Unacceptable as the ruler of her country. So I'll be listing my grievances by order of dumbhoods and crimes. Now I'm going to be using some points that I made in the other video, so I'm going to play the clip of what all I said about A, because I need to also recap the story. And as hateful as the things I said may sound, they're actually all true. Deny it. Raiden Shogun is a ruler of an entire country. However, her sister dies, so she leaves to another dimension so that nothing can ever hurt her feelings again. A dummy's move. But before she leaves, she sets a robot in place to guard over her body. The only problem is this robot is also a piece of swine, and it looks exactly like her, so it starts a decree that starts a literal war to take everybody's visions away. Now get this, people are literally dying because of this war. So a guy with an ugly head and a belly bang shirt goes to her dimension to try to stop her, and for literally no reason at all, she tries to kill this guy. After she slaps him silly, he comes back again and beats her. So she says I'm sorry and comes out of the dimension, and the whole thing's honky-dory again. Minus the part where she said I'm sorry. So the first problem we ran into are several dumbhoods. So when her sister dies and she goes to another dimension, she has to find somewhere to put her gnosis, because for some stupid reason she can't just put it inside her sword or even inside the puppet like she put herself inside her sword. Dumbhood number 1, she gave her gnosis to the Gujiyai. Now if you don't know, the Gujiyai is a snide, proud, propagandistic, insolent, insufferable, underhanded, pink-haired lady that just so happened to be friends with her. Knowing all this, A still decided to give her gnosis to her, instead of, oh I don't know, giving it to the Shogun that she built perhaps, or perhaps she should have taken 2 measly years out of her life to build an indestructible bunker and put it in, then instruct the Shogun to protect that bunker. But nope, she decided to go and committed dumbhood. Just plain stupid. It's almost as stupid as the fact that the video I released initially talking about this got over 100 comments, but only around 4,000 views. To put that into perspective what the metrics I should be getting, this remix of Wildfire from Honkai Star Rail got over 100,000 views, and literally only about the same amount of comments as my video got. That means a far greater percentage of people that watched my video commented, whereas on that video a far less percentage of people actually commented, but yet that video got so many more views than mine. So if you could please help me out, do hit that like button, leave a comment, and this time, though I rarely ever ask this, do consider subscribing. These videos take no less than 2 weeks to produce, so it's no lie when I say I can only continue to do this with you guys' help in supporting the channel. And also, if you didn't know, I actually have a merch shop open on Spreadshirt, so if you've ever wanted to rock the official Interrealm Nazard logo on your t-shirt, jacket, mug, tote, sweater, apron, or even water bottle, now's your chance. Now then, back to the dumbhoods of the Raiden Shogun. Dumbhood number 2 is the fact of how she programmed the puppet. This lady is at least 500 years old, and she's going on about how she's gonna make Inazuma never change again. And that's how she programs the puppet, to not let any change happen to Inazuma. What a dummy, what a fool, what an absolute idiot. Has she never heard the phrase, the only constant in this world is change? She knows good and well that she can't prevent erosion, but somehow she thinks she's powerful enough to prevent change. Just plain stupid. Fast forward away, she gave the gnosis to Gujiyai, she set the Shogun up, and now she's inside her sword in a little dimension of her own. And here's a bonus dumbhood. She just abandoned her people to go sulk because she was sad. Now I understand that she may be depressed from losing her sister, but if she wanted to do that she should have ceded her position and given the rule back to the people of Inazuma, not to some puppet that has an absolutely ridiculous and erroneous ideal of an unchanging world. Just plain stupid. Now we get into some of the crimes that she committed and went unpunished for. Let me set up the scene. The puppet that she put in power is about to take somebody's vision, but the Traveler shows up and saves the person. Then he goes to the dimension where A is inside his sword. Now mind you, A has no idea what's going on outside, so to her, the Traveler is just some random person showing up out of nowhere in her dimension. Oops, I misspoke. She knew exactly what was going on, and she still continued with her rubbish. Crime number 1. After that, she tries to literally kill the Traveler. But fine, maybe, just maybe you can look past that. Perhaps she was scared or something or what have you. Fast forward in time, Traveler gets away, comes back again, and she tries to kill the Traveler again. Crime number 2, and absolutely unforgivable. Mind you, this time the traveler has a little conversation with her and he tells her what's going on. She knew about the war, she knew that people were dying, she knew good and well of all the ramifications that were happening to Inazuma. The traveler literally told her that 1, the puppet had been tricked, and 2, that the whole ordeal was causing major damage to Inazuma.
Means of seeking an audience with me. I am quite well informed about the Vision Hunt decree. The Fatui's actions thus far do not constitute a threat to eternity.
And guess what? She proceeds to have a boss battle with the traveler in which she tries to take his life once more.
No one will lose their life on account of having their vision taken away. Those who have lost their lives are the ones who insisted on pursuing their own aspirations.
This simply just goes to show that she doesn't actually care for the lives of the people of Inazuma. Tyranny at its finest. So after she tries to kill the traveler the second time, the traveler actually ends up beating her up. And then, and only then, when her life gets in jeopardy, does she begin to see things might be able to go another way. Guys, the Shogun is a nasty little narcissistic, self-absorbed, tyrannical, evil, selfish, cowardly, racist, inconsiderate, dumb lady with no wisdom. Now that we've established that A has no regard for a man's life, I'm going to give you another dumbhood. Why in the world would A set the Shogun up and all that stuff if she planned to leave Inazuma forever? And here I'm gonna give her some grades and not even list that on the dumbhoods, because I have plenty of other stuff that I'm not even gonna go over in this video to list that as dumbhoods. The last dumbhood I'll bring up, which is not the last of the Shogun's dumbhoods mind you, is after all that, after all the Shogun's crimes, after all the Shogun's idiocracy, after people died by the ramifications of her laws, after people literally lost their minds and went crazy by reason of losing their visions, after the puppet itself literally killed an innocent man's friend simply for trying to challenge her rule, she finally changes her mind once the traveler slaps her around and she leaves her dimension and she doesn't even apologize to anybody in Inazuma. Dumbhood number 3. That is an absolute dumbhood and I really should list it on the crimes as well. Now take note of how she did that. She was willing to sacrifice other people's lives for her ideals, but when her life got on the line, when it was her at risk of feeling some more pain and getting a little discomfort, she somehow magically found out that she could change her ideals on eternity after spending 500 years in her dimension. Like I said, selfish, self-absorbed and cowardly. And the worst part about it is the traveler just accepts her afterwards. He even goes on a date with her after they finish fighting. However, the Raiden Shogun blew her body up previously, so she has no choice but to use the puppet's body when she wants to go places. Unfortunately, A forgot to program the puppet to not be lactose intolerant, and the one thing that A happens to take a liking to when she finally emerges from her dimension is milk dongo. So you can probably imagine how the traveler felt very uncomfortable when this happened.
It looks like the situation is more serious than I thought.
Please, no! No! No!
Well, that's all I have to say for this video. I have a lot more grievances with Raiden Shogun, but unfortunately I don't have the time to list them all in this one video. I'll tell you what, if this video gets a lot of views, and I mean around 10,000 or more, I may do a follow-up video or another video of this sort. If you made it this far, I must say you are one trooper of a person. Thanks for watching the video the whole way through, and if you really like my content, please feel free to donate with the links in the description. That way I can make even more and better videos for you.